Direction, choose your own path.
You know, this is the home of We Major, Me Frosty, Unfamous, and the restricted clothing brands. Let's get it.
The message is always in the cloth, the colors, the designs, the fit. Basic. Pay attention, stay alert, and remember, choose your own path.
Direction, choose your own path.
Don't just wear anything. Wear garments that mean something. We got hats. We got sweatshirts. We got jackets. We even got hoodies. Let's not forget our classic tees. Direction, choose your own path.
The message is always in the cloth, the colors, the designs, the fit. Basic. Pay attention, stay alert, and remember, choose your own path.
Yo, check. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me well. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm sounding all right. Let me know. Mic check. Yo, salute to everybody in the building. Let me know if you can hear me. Please put a 1 in the chat if I sound pretty good. What y'all think, man? Hit the like button, hit the like button, man. Let's get it popping. Salute to everybody in the building. I'm sorry I'm late. Had a bunch of stuff to do. Had to make it to the gym and all that. Trying to evict this person. You know how it go. Is what it is, man. But salute to everybody in the building. Let's get it popping.
Yeah. It's Placate. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. DJ Hamp about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real. Well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels, and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky. Let's go. This might be risky. No, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ Hamp, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ Hamp, it's time to start the show.
Run, it's a stampede! DJ Hamp, the stampede. DJ Hamp, the stampede.
Once again, hit the like button. Salute to everybody in the chat. Let me see you in the chat real quick. We get it popping, man. Fishing was goody. E-Dub in the building. Insane. Salute. D Majesty was popping. My brother, good to see you. Light skin Nay in the building. What up, Nay? Imperial, salute. Good brother. Good to see you. Hope all is well. OG Vet Life in the building. Riri was popping. Black King, salute my G. The Iro in the building. Salute, young OG. Reaper was popping, kid. Good to see you. O'Shea in the building, man. Salute. Hit the like button, please, if you can. That helps the channel the most. Lee, what up, kid? Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, man. I know you still getting it in the backyard and all that. Yo, sometimes those home workouts be the best, man. You don't got nobody to bother you. You don't got to talk to nobody. You don't got to go to water fountain to drink water. Shit's good. I'm slightly muffled. I might be talking too loud. Let me know. See if I can make an adjustment. Hit the like button, man. So the South Carolina in the building, man. K was popping. Good to see you. Audie was shaking. My G was goody, man. Hey, salute. Foe in the building. Tokyo Foe in the building. You just heard that intro song. If you need one, hit me up. I'll get you in touch with him or hit him directly, man. Foe, put your email in the chat so we can get it popping, man. Dr. G was goody. Salute to Dr. G in the building, man. Mr. Williams, salute. My brother Riff, salute to the Get Fit room, man. Salute, man. Saw it in the building, putting in work. That's always a pleasure. Miss Jilly, make sure I say what's up to Miss Jilly in the chat, please. Salute. Rally was popping. Nightbot behaving. That's always a blessing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most, man. We ain't heard this one in a while. I just wanted to hear it a little bit.
When I'm traveling. When I'm traveling.
When I'm traveling. Let's get it, man.
Run! It's a stampede! DJ Ham the Stampede. DJ Ham the Stampede.
Walk with me.
Yo, man, I had to let Chug speak real quick.
Good Chug. Chug said that shit lame, right, Chug?
Chug don't want to be with you.
And shit be lame, bro. The things that we give credibility and credence to are stupid as hell, man. Like, and this is why I wanted to start with this, is because it like makes the conversation that we have monotonous. Like, is what being offered to the conversation should even be credited in the way in which we do quite often. There was kind of a fun example, but we hear this often about somebody giving someone something to like start a business, create a business, but they acted like they helped them actually do the thing they said. Meaning, so like I'm the clip I'm gonna play, salute to Cali, salute to Akira. They were like, yeah, we helped them start the business. Why? Because you gave them some money? Because you bought a machine? Because you filed the LLC? And we hear it all the time, and it's nothing but a platitude. Everybody will start telling you how many LLCs they got. What does that even mean? Why are you even offering that information? Didn't you realize that you are a business because you're taxable? A sole proprietorship, you can be a business technically. But where's the market research? What's the viability? Can it scale? Will it be passive income? Or do you have to be there and do the work, right? What's the actual investment? What's the profit margin? Where do these lines cross? None of this is being calculated. It's saying, hey, I went to Secretary of State and I registered the business. An LLC protects your personal assets from suit if the company gets sued. But we don't even understand the things we be saying, and then we touting them like we did some He-Man shit. When the truth is, it's like the bare bones beginning of something. A bad investment is a bad investment. But it was a dope conversation we were having on that podcast. I want to show it to y'all. You know? Like, do we even know what we saying when we saying it? And we had fun with it, so it's just interesting, you know? But one thing it gave me cause for pause about this concept that I'm trying to understand is you acting like you did more than what you did, and now somebody owe you, or they failed because you so-called did your part or pushed them to a place where they should have gotten it done. But once you stay in the in and outs and the nuances of actually starting a business and turning a profit and making it profitable, like, you would probably be more humble in what you're saying while you're saying it. 50% of businesses fail within 5 years. But in this conversation, like, yeah, I gave him this and I did this for him. Did what? In the grand scheme of starting a business, did what though? So like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Let me see. So I only got one screen today, so I won't be able to see y'all. Maybe I'll put it up on my phone so I can see y'all in the comments and etc. So, all right. So this one here, I assume y'all can see my screen. I think I got it queued at the right spot. Hold on.
You ain't going nowhere. You ain't making no move. You just all lit. You talking about that you it's like a car that's real loud in traffic. For instance, I had a gentleman I was talking to, right? We had been together for a while, right? And when I say a while, it was some years, okay? He told me he was gonna do all these business moves and he was gonna do this and do that. He didn't have the wheelhouse to do it. So in the end, I found out that it's like a car that's real loud in traffic. It's real loud. It sounds like it's moving, but it ain't got no movement at all. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't making no moves. You ain't got no motion. is what I'm saying.
I
You
call that
ain't
bend on your ass.
You putting your foot on the gas pedal, but you in
Yeah.
neutral. You ain't
Bend
going
on your ass.
Yeah, you ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going nowhere. You ain't making no move. You just all lip. You ain't you talking about it, but you're not being about it. And first of all, before you even get started, Melly, let me say this: some women got the resources, right, to put a man in position. It's up to you to utilize that woman at the 100% capacity. I was one of them women. I could have listen. I had the resources for you to start the business. As a matter of fact, I started the business for you, and you still didn't do nothing with it. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. You're not.
You hear it, right? We kind of hear this rhetoric a little bit. Put you in position, resources to start the business. And I just want people to be edified while they saying something, make sure it's accurate. And that's kind of what I opened up with in my initial diatribe. Let's keep listening.
Utilizing the resources. So this is why we're always in positions as women as being the hard ass or being the one that's labeled like we too independent. No, I'm gonna still show up for you as a woman, but what you gonna do with it when I give it to you?
Mistake number one that I learned is starting the business for him.
So Callie,
And this is the part, right? You didn't. We think of filing is starting a business. There are several things that you need to calculate and address before starting a business. Filing paperwork is one step that is unnecessary, frankly, to start a business because sole proprietorships exist, right? There's no P&L even put together with forecast numbers to say whether or not you should start a business. But then we have an expectation of a person of a thing that we don't even know is viable. And then we pointing fingers like I did all this and that for this person, but did you actually? Or did you put them in a place to fail? Furthermore, if someone has never showed you ambition, they haven't been ambitious consistently, who's the fool? But we hear this type of shit happening often, and then we act like we did something for somebody, but then we do them a disservice. Keep listening.
That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Starting the business for him. Yes, that I already know.
That's not actually that's not really that's not a mistake, because if y'all in this together, it doesn't matter. See, that's the problem.
But how long?
I'll let you, no, we can't do it all together.
Melly, you started for him.
I got a good. Hold on, Melly.
Melly, that nigga she's talking about.
No. Before you start, Melly, I got a good one for you. That's just like no. Let me ask you a question. That's just like you telling a young lady you're gonna pay for her tuition to go back to school, and you found out that she didn't use the money to go back to school. She doing everything else, right? So how would you feel as a man if you gave her the resources to level up her life so she can be on the level with you, right? How would you feel? She ain't utilizing the resources, right?
That sounds crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's a very.
Listen to it. Listen to what she said. Salute that Kara, man. I gotta get her one day, man. She cool though. But listen.
She doing everything else, right? So how would you feel as a man if you
that nigga she's talking about?
No. Before you start, Melly, I got a good one for you. That's just like no. Let me ask you a question. That's just like you telling a young lady you're gonna pay for her tuition to go back to school, and you found out that she didn't use the money to go back to school. She doing everything else, right? So how would you feel as a man if you gave her the resources to level up her life so she can be on the level with you, right? How would you feel?
The question, I said it under my breath slightly. The question is a loaded question because the answer is in the question. You're saying that a person misappropriated funds that you gave them, and then the question after asking the person that is, how would you feel? We can assume how the person would feel: bad, angry, upset, bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray. Like that's so when I said loaded question under my breath, I maybe should have said it a little bit louder. But think about that though. A man who is not ambitious, a man who can't go out and file the paperwork on LegalZoom or get the machinery or whatever the case is, you making a bad investment and you mad at the investment? There was a time where I had 2 players hurt. One player had got kicked out the game. They thought he did something after the play, but it wasn't him. But he got kicked out. They don't usually take your word. No, it was him, right? So I had to put certain players in a game that would not be in those positions. So once they couldn't do the job that I wouldn't have them do in the first place, you know what I said? You tried your best. Good job, Miles. Way to play hard. But he could not stop them from getting that 3 yards. The 2 players that hurt would have. And if they wouldn't have, I would have got on their ass. But you preface the conversation that these people are incapable and then be mad at them for not being able to do the thing you knew they couldn't. Allegedly, because we just listen to them. But I think they telling the truth based on their experience here. Right? But when I put Miles in the game, he gonna play hard as a motherfucker. But he don't got the lateral movement or the range because he only 5'10". The other 2 players are 6'3". They can get that edge. They can secure the edge with how I need him to do it and make the tackle. He don't have the range to do it. He don't got the body type. So it's just interesting, like when they kind of break it down like this, you know.
She ain't utilizing the resources, right?
That sounds crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's a very loaded question with that.
You're not. So we were saying business, but we don't actually mean the word business, right?
At all.
You invested in something that you didn't vet, right? So when you start a business for somebody, that doesn't include buying a piece of machinery. Have you done market research? Do you understand the clientele? What's the scalability? What's the actual investment? What's the revenue versus the profit? You guys just opening up LLCs acting like you did something. So stop saying we starting businesses when we don't understand the dynamics of what it takes to run a business, please.
Yeah, they don't understand P&Ls and all.
You know what? I did all the leg work though. So I did do the market. I did do all of that.
You might have been good with business, but you again, this is what I'm saying.
Yo, the thing is, right? If you start a business, it's not for a person, it's with a person. If you make an investment and you're not some angel investor because it literally affects you one-to-one daily, that's not for a person, that's with a person, right? You can't throw the kid a football and say, hey, go learn to play quarterback. That's not how anything works, ever. Right? But we do that and it'd be like, see, this person's a failure. Nah, I set them up for failure. But it's touted against people when the truth is it wasn't calculated, smart, substantiated, efficiently. But this the money conversation, you know, that we've been having. Hold on, let me see if I can fix this tab real quick. That's all right, I don't need to see that good. It's the money conversation that we continue to have, you know? And so now let's transition just a little bit, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Hold on, let me make sure. I guess I can stay like this because I can't see all my damn screens right now. Oops. Hold on. I don't want to do that. Can I make this? Let me see. Close. Let me see. Oops. All right. Oh, shit. All right, got it now. Figured it out. Okay. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. My bad. I've closed the tabs that I had open. Trying to use this split screen thing. It's not working, but I had them queued up where I wanted them to. Okay. So let's transition just a little bit, right? Because it's like we overvalue a thing, don't understand the thing, and expect the person that we did it for to understand how we understand it, but we have a misunderstanding. You know, the things we leverage for and or against each other are causing real issues in terms of our dynamics. We think we're doing something, so therefore we should be applauded for it. We think they're not doing something, therefore they should be admonished for it. And then what's the thing that we leverage over each other so much to the point to where it's coming to a head? The key thing that we got to talk about is behavior today. The behavior that we exude is the thing that needs to be addressed. oftentimes we kind of placating to behavior and addressing it in a way in which the person who's misbehaving wants it to be addressed. That's not how nothing works, right? If the person is wrong, they need to be called out for being wrong. You know, that's wrong in the first place. So let me cue this up. Let me see if I can get to that point I had. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, man. Salute everybody in the building. I think this is an uberly important conversation, so please share it to see if we can get down to the bottom of this, right? Let me bring this back up. Damn, it took me long to find that spot too. That's all right. Maybe it'll pop up in the place I needed to. Okay, good. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend, man. Hit that like button now if you can. That helps the channel.
Ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? What's going on? What's going on? Rockefeller. Steady. Are you ready? Are you ready? What's going on?
So my boy Arnold, and I think a lot of people seemingly agree, just have this premise like, hey man, you get your money up and all that, right? And when you get with a woman and you're the breadwinner and you're paying the majority of the bills and etc., then she cooperates more. Her behavior is positive more than is negative. You get less pushback. Does everybody seemingly agree with that? When the man is the breadwinner and paying the majority of the bills, do you think that the behavior of the woman that is connected to him changes for the positive? Excuse me. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree that that's the overarching sentiment that we hear most often. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 if you disagree. And not in the fact that you disagree, but the fact that you hear that's what most often is said. You see what I'm saying? Like if you're saying you push back against that, you know, I understand. But in terms of what we hear most often, you know. So what I'm asking as we watch the videos is think about that, right? And the videos are just gonna back that point up, right? We're gonna have a woman actually give merit to that point as well. And I just want us to think about that. So the more bills I pay, the more money I make, the more well-behaved the person I'm connected to is. Who's the problem in this equation? Is it make more money so you get less lip, or why are you lippy in the first place? Why are we not addressing poor behavior? Why do you get to act poorly because I make $60,000? Why is your disposition as such toward me for any reason when you chose to be here? 100%, right? Money, power, respect. We understand that. What I'm simply asking is, why are we even placating to that madness? Why do you get to act like that? Who died and made you king? What do you actually offer to me? Why are you lippy in the first place? See, that's the part that I want to address more. I got to make money for you to shut up. Why don't you just shut up? Right? For men, the woman that you tether yourself to for the rest of your life, although I understand the divorce rates, right? To have a woman that has nothing to offer intelligently, right? In terms of what you got going on, don't make no sense. Right? And if we keep saying, yo, sex, silence, and sandwich, we create a little bit of a blurry space about this shit. Right? So I just want us to kind of think about that a little bit more. But that's not the point I wanted to make. I lost my train of thought. I was saying that to say the lip thing, so basically in terms of it's not about shutting up in terms of you got nothing to say. It's like, hey, time, place, set, and setting. We want a woman who can be wise counsel in the program that we create. But this overbearing shit is unnecessary. We could discern the difference. So it's not the basically thing like, oh, see, I just want us to shut up, have sex, and make a sandwich. Nah. time, place, set, setting, deference and decorum, how you speak to me, right? All of that shit matters. So before somebody goes to the extreme and says, hey, oh, y'all don't want her to say nothing. No, that's not what we're saying. The best of us have a woman that helps, that is an asset to the things that we're trying to create. My wife did a sales call yesterday. She usually doesn't do the really large ones, right? But I was traveling. I had to go up to DC to do this eviction. So I was traveling. So she had to do it. So the house is 5,500 square feet, right? There's 3 different destinations, including one in Chicago. So we have to downsize it, pack it, move it, unpack it, clear it out, hang the pictures. They got 5 TVs, and there's elevator on the other side. And then they need an outside storage unit, and then it has to go to the son's house, and then they have to go to Chicago. Right? I was unable to do it. But this is a $20,000 job. Right? But she girded up she got her intestinal fortitude up and went there, walked through, put the estimate together. She sent me the estimate, and she was probably 80% accurate, which is a huge feat for her because, you know, she's good at the small ones. She's good at building rapport, at the networking, but that level of estimating was tough. She was probably about 80% accurate. There was just a few things. It was a few $1,000s, but it's a few things, right? But because she was able to, I say that you got it. Trust yourself. Refer to the other estimates that are similar. Go in there and be confident. You know more than them. And you can always call me too. Right? Hey, what you think? Boom, 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 boom. Damn, it's pretty good. If your woman is only sex, silence, and sandwich, she's not gonna be able to get that done. So that's not what we saying. You understand? Setting, time and place, decorum, right? Deference, all of that shit. But my money don't got nothing to do with you comporting yourself appropriately. So if you behave better, the more money I have, that's a you problem. That's a you problem. And we need to address the behavior. Fuck placating to it. Address the behavior. Poor behavior is poor behavior, and ain't no justification for it. Just because you can get it off don't mean you should. And I just want us to really talk about this for real, for real. All right. So let's take a look at this, man. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. I apologize that I had a CTE glitch with what I was saying. Nate called it out, said I get him old. But it is what it is, man. Every single football hit and injury was worth it. Every single punch I take to the face is worth it. You heard? Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Salute, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit the like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. I can see my screen, right? I believe so. Let me see. All right, I think I got this right. Y'all see my screen? All right, maybe I'll get it right. All right, got it. All right, I'm good. How do I? Oh, yeah, I guess we can look at the chat.
That ransom that they had, hey, I'm gonna be a good girl, or our perceived perception of it. I'm gonna be a good girl, you know, and listen when you do all this shit that man's supposed to do. And then once you reach that goal, then they pull the rug from under your feet and give you a different requirement for them to in a way be submissive.
But
so like they acting bad all across the board, whether you paying the rent or not, whether you rich, white. This just ain't a black community thing. Like the white men having the same problem with that girl who they taking care of, bro. This is just the times that we living in, if I got to be honest.
May I ask a question, 2K?
Absolutely.
So you're married, right?
Absolutely.
And you take care primarily of your household, right?
Take care of everything, yes.
So in general, your wife's behavior is meeting your expectations, correct?
Sometimes.
No, so the majority or minority?
Majority.
The majority. Okay, so Hamp, you're married, right?
Yeah.
And you primarily pay all the bills, right?
Yes.
And your wife, if you had to say majority or minority, she's in alignment with your expectations, right?
Yes.
My husband pays all the bills. My behavior, 9 times out of 10, because ain't nobody perfect, is in alignment for what he wants. So what I hear the married men that are taking care of their families, they're getting the behavior that they want. So because you wouldn't be considered a weaker, and because you are providing and you are taking care of your families, the behavior that you get is completely different.
See, now you act.
See what I'm saying? Right? Tiff said, hey, you paying all the bills. Now look how nice she is to you. As though men don't need to provide more than just that. It was all encompassed based on paying all the bills. You guys pay all the bills, take care of your family, and look how she behaves towards you. The correlation between all of the men in which she named was paying all the bills. That was the correlation right there. Not even reading into it, that was literally the correlation. Because the only clarifying question was, do you pay all or most of the bill? Yes. See? Look at the cooperation you receive. It's not good. That's not right. Furthermore, men provide much more. I want you to understand, everybody, that security, safety, protection is way more than just me paying the bills. Provision, right? I provide several things to my household. There's one thing that I had to work on, and I still have to work on from time to time, is making sure that the house is comfortable for everybody, right? That was a thing I really had to fix, because Taru said it beautifully one time. He said it's a sanctuary to you and a prison to everybody else. That's not how it needs to be or should be. So now when the house is a comfortable place, right? And I don't emote in a way in which it makes people uncomfortable. That's key. That's what I provide, right? A haven. The structure in my house, the discipline in my house is very key, right? Does this woman feel appreciated is very key. Can she come talk to you is very key. It's a lot that goes in terms of provision, what you provide to that woman and those children. Do you help her stabilize that emotion? That's key. You know? But in this particular example, how nice our wives were to us, how much they cooperate, was predicated on how much money you pay towards the bills. So the men that paid all the bills got better behavior. Stop doing that shit. You need to say, however y'all say, girl, why are you talking or treating that man like that? Oh, well, I'm 50. Because think about it. If she was like, oh, he only paid 50% of the bills. Would you accept that as a viable response? Think about this for a second. Kelly, think about this for a second. You talking to your girlfriend and you see her disrespecting your husband. You're like, yo, why are you doing that? Oh, he only paid 50% of the bills. Are you going to be like, oh, okay, I get it? Nah. That's crazy, right? Like, oh, he only paid 50%? Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, we're just born. Talk to that nigga like that. Nah. Right? So it should never be okay. 50%, 40%, 60%, 80%, 100%. Right? But you ain't like, girl, oh, 50%. Oh, shit. Okay, got you. Nah, you're not going to do that, right? We gotta zoom out about the shit, right? About the shit that's making these relationships shitty. About the shit that was making our relationship shitty. You heard? And then and what we've been talking about is men being pussified and placating to this shit. And so the brothers that are average, which is most of us, are saying, how do we figure this shit out? Because we want the woman as our companion. Making more money is the way to do this. To where someone can treat me how I want to be treated. Essentially paying for the submission, paying for the cooperation. That's the pivot that the men were saying, yo, we got to get your money up and then boom, get with her so you already at where you need to be. So by the time she come in your life, you ready and you already have a game plan in place so she can act accordingly. But if it's predicated on money, it's going to fail there too. And we see that I think a third or fourth reason for divorce is often financial. Right? Damn, see? And they already take away from the conversation in the chat, interestingly enough. So what it is happening, right, is as opposed to focusing on the concept, making excuses. Interesting. Got it. Okay. Yeah, man. So I don't know. It just like, yo, why am I behaving like this? Why am I behaving like this? Not right. That's the thing that you want to address because there's no justification. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. All right, let me show y'all this last one. Now, I haven't watched this all the way through, but this is probably, from what I gathered, Callie sent it to me this morning, salute to Aaron, might be like a terrible example. You know? Like maybe the most terrible. Is that the most? Is that how you say it? Most terrible? I don't know. Example of what we witnessing. But I didn't watch it all the way through, so we're gonna kind of watch this one together. So hit the like button, man. Let me see. All right. Can you see my screen? No. All right. You can see my screen now? Salute to Harrison in the building with the $5. He says, salute, my brother. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, see my screen now? Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this split screen shit out. All right. Yup. Salute Aaron in the building, man. For the pop, pass it around. That's not the screen I want. Hold on. I'm trying to bring this up. 1 second. So they got this new like split screen thing on the Apple, which is cool, but I don't use it that often. Let me refresh. All right, good. Thank you, Nay. Appreciate you for the pop. Appreciate you 100%. I hope y'all picking up what I'm putting down, man. All right, let me see. Okay.
Man who is willing to take care of you, the kids, and the household, but has no ambition worth staying with.
When you say take care of, what do you mean?
He pays all the bills. He take care of the kids. He step in.
How he do that with no ambition?
No, he got money. I want more.
You know what?
He's complacent.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the year when the job market is cooked, when the housing market is cooked, when people are walking away from their children, you got somebody at home that is paying your bills. He is taking care of you, and he is taking care of your kids, and you are figuring out, should I leave him? Are you cool?
Unfortunately, for a lot of men, there are so many women telling them you have to be more ambitious. And it's because they want the ambition to look like what they want it to look like. But his ambition is waking up every day and going to work, waking up every day and showing up for my children, showing up for my home. Like, that's just as ambitious. You know how ambitious you have to be when you are going through depression. Your girl is telling you you need to do more, and then you don't feel like you're good enough, but she don't know the mental and emotional and spiritual battles that you have and how you still trying to show up for your home. That's ambition, baby. Take a moment, read, I think it's 1 Timothy 5:8. Because what it talks about is a man who neglects his home is the same as a man who denies his faith. This man is taking care of his home. There is faith and grace in that. He is being provisional. He's still leading. So we have to acknowledge that, because if not, you're going to lose that. Like, that's a gem, baby.
I make my own money. I make more than him.
Ooh.
Right?
And you said he pays all the bills?
Yeah.
And you make more money?
Yeah.
You mentioned that you make more money than him, and I want you to know that was not done by mistake. That was a systemic thing that was put into place so that the black woman can be elevated to start looking at their men like they're not doing enough.
No.
It is very intentional, the fact that you make more money, and even though your man is showing up for you, you start looking at him for like, why can't you do more?
The fact that this man is covering the bills, even though he knows you make more, let me tell you what he's doing. This man is willing to maybe put things on pause so that you can elevate. Think about it. What you make becomes almost just yours. What you choose to do, you have the freedom to pivot and pivot and pivot. Try this, go to school, because this man is saying, I'm going to sacrifice and take care of the foundational things so that you can have a choice whether or not you want to work or not. And so when you saying that man lacked ambition, I just think it's ambition in a direction you can't recognize.
What y'all think, man? What y'all think? I think I said something about something like this. Let me look real quick. I want to know y'all thoughts, man. Super chat y'all thoughts. Put them in the chat. Let me see. Yo, that shit is diabolical. So he paying all the bills, she making more money than him. I'm telling you, there's something about the disposition that changes. Unfortunately, that because she making more money, it's like the big piece of chicken syndrome. I'm making more money now, I deserve the big piece of chicken. I'm making more money now, I get to look down upon you or judge what it is you doing when I'm taking care of all my responsibilities based on what was asked of me. That shit sounds sick as fuck. That's the most diabolical and most egregious example of what we're trying to converse about that I maybe ever seen. And then you get up there for 1 million people and embarrass that man. That man got a family, right? That man got friends. That man got a father. He got a mother. He got kids. He's stepping in, taking care of the kids. All that ain't enough. Because the money is put at the top of the totem pole. And because you think you achieved more than him based on the monetary income that you bring in, now you're calling him complacent. Think about that shit. All the value is predicated on money. Right? Because if he getting up, taking care of the kids, paying all the bills, taking care of the kids, contributing to the household, that's her words. But because you making more money than him, you calling him complacent. That's some diabolical shit. But it ties directly into what we're talking about. That's just probably the most egregious one we've seen in a while. The poor behavior need to be checked. That nigga don't got to go get another job. He don't need to get a night job. He don't need to do, he don't need to do none of that shit. Her trash behavior is what need to be called out. And that's what need to change. Niggas don't got to make more money for you to behave better. That's not how nothing works. But we lack appreciation for what people bring and what people are willing to give us. We take shit for granted so often. And because we was able to get it off for so long, we think it's normal. No, you got bad behavior. You got bad behavior. Just because it was accepted from somebody who didn't call you out on it, don't make it right. Fellas, I'm telling you now, don't say that shit no more. Don't say nothing about, no, I can get it made. I could do Uber Eats, right? You don't want to do that shit, right? That woman is there doing that shit. Show love for that shit. That's poor fucking behavior when we don't appreciate the things that's happening around us and for us. And this ain't about what the more they can do. I'm sure they can do more on whatever the side is. You heard? But those fucking things are uberly valuable. All right, let's not minimize those things. All right, and this shit been happening. Right, bad behavior need to be called out. It ain't marriage, it's you. Right, it ain't the construct of marriage, it's us. We trying to skate, change the rules and the dynamics. Nah, it's us and how we behaving. Call out the behavior, son. Call it out. If you get an opportunity, call it out. And it's simple too, B. I remember my man was saying something like, yo, man, she da-da-da-da. I said, yo, she tried it though. Because you got with her knowing she ain't grow up cooking. Remember? Remember? You got with her for all the other things, but she never cooked. She told you that. She never fried chicken before. She told you that, son. He said, I said, but look though, she did it though. The shit trash. I ain't finishing it. You gotta finish it, nigga. That's your girl. Give her the critique. But yo, she tried this shit, you heard? And he's like, you right. It was easy, like it wasn't even nothing crazy. So I'm just saying, man, let's talk through this shit, man. He like, yo, I'm not eating that shit, bro. And we close. We close like them. I'm like, yo, hey, this shit trash. But that nigga gotta eat that shit. But he was telling me like, yo, see? But I'm like, yo, but you knew that already. You heard? I'm just saying we are very unappreciative people, B. We really don't appreciate a lot of the things that are happening for us and to us, even the small things, man. And we are allowing unbecoming behavior to be the norm, and we can't. Fuck that. Check that shit. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. I gotta watch that shit one more time. Cause that was my first time watching it with y'all. Let me play this one more time.
Is a man who is willing to take care of you, the kids, and the household, but has no ambition worth staying with.
When you say take care of, what do you mean?
He pays all the bills. He take care of the kids. He step in.
How he do that with no ambition?
No, he got money. I want more.
You know what?
He's complacent.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the year when the job market is cooked, when the housing market is cooked, when people are walking away from their children, you got somebody at home that is paying your bills. He is taking care of you, and he is taking care of your kids, and you are figuring out, should I leave him? Are you cool?
Unfortunately, for a lot of men, there are so many women telling them you have to be more ambitious. And it's because they want the ambition to look like what they want it to look like. But his ambition is waking up every day and going to work, waking up every day and showing up for my children, showing up for my home. Like, that's just as ambitious. You know how ambitious you have to be when you are going through depression. Your girl is telling you you need to do more, and then you don't feel like you're good enough, but she don't know the mental and emotional and spiritual battles that you have and how you still trying to show up for your home. That's ambition, baby. Take a moment, read, I think it's 1 Timothy 5:8. Because what it talks about is a man who neglects his home is the same as a man who denies his faith. This man is taking care of his home. There is faith and grace in that. He is being provisional. He's still leading. So we have to acknowledge that, because if not, you're going to lose that. Like, that's a gem, baby.
I make my own money. I make more than him.
Ooh.
Right?
And you said he pays all the bills?
Yeah.
And you make more money?
Yeah.
You mentioned that you make more money than him, and I want you to know that was not done by mistake. That was a systemic thing that was put into place so that the black woman can be elevated to start looking at their men like they're not doing enough.
Oh.
It is very intentional, the fact that you make more money, and even though your man is showing up for you, you start looking at him for like, why can't you do more?
The fact that this man is covering the bills, even though he knows you make more, let me tell you what he's doing. This man is willing to maybe put things on pause so that you can elevate. Think about it. What you make becomes almost just yours. What you choose to do, you have the freedom to pivot and pivot and pivot. Try this, go to school, because this man is saying, I'm going to sacrifice and take care of the foundational things so that you can have a choice whether or not you want to work or not. And so when you saying that man lacked ambition, I just think it's ambition in a direction you can't recognize.
Yo, why y'all keep calling it a skit? Why y'all think it's a skit? Harris saying with the $5 says, salute, man. Appreciate you. Aaron with the $5 says, for the pop, pass it around. Indeed. Light skin Nate in the building with the $5 says, for the pop. Salute, salute. Homeboy, what up, Ox? Shalom. Appreciate you with the 5. Aaron with the $2 says, somebody at work making her laugh on break. They can throw it with the $5 says, proof that you can't satisfy a woman. You think so, brother? Damn. T. Lees with the 50 ball says, Hamp, god damn. I relate hard to this one, man. Salute to my young OG T. Leaves in the building for the first 50 ball of the day. Appreciate you, good brother. For sure.
You don't know what I know. You ain't seen what I saw. No, you ain't been where I go. With a belly so strong, you gotta back it with one eye closed. Shooters turn you inside out. I heard the feds turn the crib inside out. Drop the roof on these niggas, let they inside out. Fresh Prince jacket, boy, I took them to the inside. You don't know what I know. No, no, you ain't seen what I saw. No, you ain't been where I go. With a fatty so strong, you gotta pay with one eye. You don't know what I know. You ain't seen what I saw. No, you ain't been where I go. No, with a fatty so strong, you gotta pay it with one eye.
Salute. Will was popping with the 20 ball. Says Henry Ford famously said, quote, "A business that makes nothing but money is a poor business." I'd argue that the same logic applies to men. A man who provides nothing but money is a poor man. God damn, boy. That's a bar, son. Salute there. Will, man. Damn. Shout out to Strata. Thank you, Will, for the first 20 ball of the day. Didn't fit. Man, I don't know if it's scripted, man. I ain't gonna lie. So I went to one of those maybe like a year ago, and they pass out cute like note cards or whatever, and you just write the questions, and then literally they took the questions, they gathered them from everybody, and they just gave them to them, and then people went, so they would like read the question, and then they're like, come to the microphone, and then you go to the microphone based on the question you wrote down, and it was just a stack, and it was kind of just going through them, you know, and they're anonymous, so it seemed like that could actually happen. I'm telling you, yo, people don't actually care. They don't think they're doing anything wrong. No way, favors. Right? They don't think they're doing anything wrong. You see, that's the biggest portion of this that I think we ignore. She think that's cool. She think that's all right. She think that she wasn't wrong. She think that calling that man complacent was justifiable, you see? So when she go up there looking for information, correction, or advice, because in her head, she wants confirmation bias. She expects them to agree with her, because I guarantee there's a place that she goes to often where people are saying, nah, you right for that. So she don't see anything wrong. She don't think she embarrassing nobody. Right? And I think that is the key. We think it's a skit because we like, why would you do that? Nah, she think it's cool. She think it's all right. She thinks she justified. It should be a skit. It should be scripted. Nah. So it's unfortunate, man. Listen, I'm what's that shit called? When the reporters don't be at the office, they go off. What's it called? Off studio or out studio or something. So I'm gonna drop the link. See if y'all want to converse about it. I ain't staying up here all day. I just wanted to really convey this thought because I think it's uberly important for us to understand. Check bad behavior. Bad behavior can't go unchecked. You know what I'm saying? Often people on some nanny boo-boo shit because they don't think that there's no repercussions to their actions. But the actions are still bad and they need, at the very least, be called out. You know? Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm just saying, when I went to the show, I just saw people just literally giving their cards, you know? And there was even one, because they do like 3 shows in one. So the show would be like an hour and a half. They'll do 30 minutes, bring some other people up, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. You know, there was actually one thing where he was shuffling like, man, I don't know if I like these questions. So, I don't know. Maybe they could have brought her in, but I just don't really see no reason to, because I think people are that bold, right? People don't have any repercussions for anything, so why not say and do anything, right? This the boot gang phenomenon on 10,000. That is egregious as hell, but you can't tell her. Yeah. Yeah, Mike. Hey, no, that shit is real, son. 100%. I'm 100% believe it, because you hear so much foolishness coming from people. We was talking one time. It's like, yo, what if your husband lost your job? How long would he have for the recovery? The woman said a year. Girl said she had sex with 4 men on the panel that wasn't scripted because this might be risky in a 24-hour period. And the other lady said, hey, man, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Mr. Fantastic said, I might possibly get married. So I'm just saying, bro, we see some unscripted shit that was crazy.
I've never had the body count conversation because it's a pointless conversation because you'll never know the truth. You never know.
You don't like them.
Huh? Well, no, it's not about me liking them. It's about me understanding the same. Comes to the same realization that Sherelle has come. What's the point? What's the point in me?
I gotta get him again.
What's the point in me?
You ever get married? Oh, Miss Fantastic, stop the diatribe, please. You ever get married again?
What?
Possibly.
Hey, boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Oh, get the fuck!
You know, he be switching shit, bro.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Put him in the fucking bedroom. Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him. Put him in the fucking bedroom. Put him in the fucking bedroom. Come on.
I didn't switch anything.
Boom, 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 boom. Now tell me what you gonna do when it ain't nowhere to run. When judgment comes for you. When judgment comes for you.
TJ, what's the word?
What up, man? Long time no rap.
Yes, sir. What up, OG? Good to see you, man. How's everything?
It's man, building. Because I'm not ambitious enough.
You work. I see you work a 20-hour shift.
Man, look. Let me tell you something. I have a housekeeper at the hospital who told me that I wasn't ambitious enough because I was still working at the hospital. This a fucking housekeeper. Who making about $10.50 an hour.
Yo, it's tough, man. But what you think, man? You got the floor.
It's so much. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around it. This is why I go around saying we are absolutely cooked. I understand why we are continually having these conversations, but I look at these conversations as more of an autopsy. I think we're just kind of dead. You know what I mean? So I think that all these conversations is examining what's happened to us after the death. I think we've already died. You know what I mean? As far as relationally. But this lady in particular, this last one that was on that came up there, she doesn't understand that this is how you walk a decent black man to a white woman. And it's not like the white women are better women. White women are just better at appreciating what work looks like. That's it. That doesn't make them a better woman, their behavior better. They're just good at the stuff that our black women just don't get. You understand? You know what I mean? Like the whole money situation. They don't understand like that. They're just ungrateful. Our women are ungrateful. When they got something, they always think that there's supposed to be something more and bigger and grander. There's nothing more bigger and grander than the guy who's willing to sacrifice for you. Now, she didn't say if she was married to this man. She didn't say that. But if she,
Yes, she didn't say that emphatically. No,
I'm gonna assume because of how we do shit that man's not married, and if he's not married to her, he deserves every bit of what she's giving him. Because ain't no way on God's green earth, if you are not a married man, do you move in with a woman with potentially, and she didn't say if those were his kids. She kept saying my kids. So it's kind of hard because even though they might be kids with him, black women use their children as a singular possession. So you almost don't know the way that they talk if those kids belong to the guy or not, because it's always mine, regardless if
Oh, your mic went out, T.
I'm sorry. Black women always say, that they're my children. So we don't know. But if they're not married and he's living in there doing that, he deserves it. Because I tell guys all the time, and it's a condition of our generation, Hamp, that there's an expectation that it's okay for a guy to move in with a woman and then play king in a woman's house. You are never a king or the head of a woman's house. That's her house. And I always say, any person who can allow you to do something can also disallow you to do it. So you cannot be the head of anything if that headship can be taken from you.
So give me, okay, so CJ, do this. Give me the speculative microcosm that man is in. Give me, is it his kids, money, who he lit? Like, what you think speculatively about that lady coming up? What's his life like?
What's his life like? I
What's
believe
his
those.
life like? Sorry, yeah.
I believe those are not his children.
Wow.
I believe he moved in with her because that's what you see a lot. Even some of the cats on your panel have talked about them moving in with women. These are old dudes be on your panel talking about they moved in with a woman. They're stupid. Yeah. So I believe those are not his children. I believe he moved in with her. I believe that he's working his butt off like he do, because if he's taking on all of the financial obligations, which is not the priority, believe it or not. I mean, it's important, but it should never be number one in your priority list of how you interacting with somebody. It should be probably 3 or 4. You know what I mean? Even though my money is a major component. And I think he's in there with her, taking her little pot of gold, looking at him sideways because she wants a bigger life. And if she gets a bigger life, that means she's got to contribute to it. She doesn't want to contribute to the more she's looking for. She just wants him to provide it like he's her daddy. But even daddies are limited. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even daddies are limited.
Damn. And when you say we're cooked or dead, sorry. What's the main? What are the top 3 catalysts to why we are officially cooked and this is an autopsy?
Why we're cooked?
Yes, sir.
Our priorities, our value system is inverse. Crimson talks about that a lot. Our value system is inverse, and it's not just the woman; it's the man too. Because there's no way like a chick like Cardi B should have the shine she have if it wasn't for men valuing something that they shouldn't. You understand? So our values, what we value, is inverse. That's number 1. 2, we have a multi-generational programming of disliking each other. So no matter how, you hear people all the time talk about, watch men and women on your show talk about how much they like and respect. I respect black men, I respect black women, but yet with each other, they're very disrespectful towards one another. Dismissive, trying to sun somebody. You cannot like somebody and not sun them. You can disagree with them and not sun them. You can think they're an idiot and not sun them. You understand what I'm saying? And then, those are my top 2. I really don't have a 3 off the top of my head, but those are the biggest components to me. Are those 2?
Okay. And what was that? What was the last one specifically? I got the gist. What's the last one you said? Sorry.
We just don't like each other.
We just don't like each other?
No.
Like black women and black men just don't like each other.
No. And it's not like and here's the thing. We don't know why. We'll never articulate that we don't like each other, but our behavior towards one another speaks it. Because I look at the behavior. The behavior says if you got to decide between what somebody say and versus what they do, you always take what they do. What somebody do is generally what's truly authentic about them.
Okay.
Like a woman. If you with a woman and she telling you she love you, but every week she kicking down $150 to her baby daddy, that woman don't love you. She love her baby daddy.
Now okay, so why don't we like the women?
Why don't we like the women?
Yes, sir.
Because they won't cooperate with us.
Okay. Simple and plain?
Simple and plain.
And why don't they like us?
Why that they don't like us?
Yes,
because they've been told. Because they've been told, and they saw that we're not what they think we should be.
Oh, so we're not living up to expectations?
Their expectations, and what they believe their expectations are. Like that woman in that video, like you said, she has no idea what she's what she's doing is wrong. She thinks it's right because she's been told and reinforced that her ideology is correct, and it's incorrect.
Yeah. Okay. But that's been reinforced by confirmation that what she's saying about that man and embarrassing him is okay because he's not living up to standard.
Correct.
Okay.
To her standard, whatever that might be.
So a subjective standard based on what she expects.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then for us, it's just that they are just uncooperative with us.
Just uncooperative. Black men will take, all this other stuff that we claim we want. We set aside a large amount of what we want for our women. You know what I mean? And the one thing that we continuously ask for, the consistent thread is always respect or cooperation, which I kind of link those two together. You can't have one without the other.
Okay. Yes, respect.
Yeah, we'll come in. See, a black man will come in. He'll be a stepdad if you cooperate with him, if you respect him. He ain't like the white boy in general. The white boy in general ain't coming in being nobody's stepdad. Like later in life, he'll come in and marry a woman, another divorcee woman who kids are adult. They'll do that crap all day long. But as far as like while they're in their prime development, fertile years, they're not doing that. They're not doing that at all.
Okay. Yeah. That's actually interesting because I thought the white men were the biggest simps.
I don't understand.
Yeah, like white men. Like, so for instance, everything, because essentially white men have been in power in this country, right? Do you agree with that?
Yes.
And I just think that we have all these movements, and in large part, they voted them in, allowed them, every movement that essentially regresses a society, things that are perverse that have become normal. White men seemingly allowed or signed a lot of these things into happening, and I think they're probably the largest portion of happy wife, happy life.
You think so?
Men. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Did they sign a lot of the stuff into law? Yes. But look what they've been doing over the last 10 years.
What they do?
Through legislative action, they're reversing a lot of those mistakes. And let me just talk a little bit why the David Patrick Moynihan report that came out in 1965 about black folks and why that's relevant to black folks.
Is that verified?
What?
The Moynihan report.
The Moynihan report, yeah, it came out I think it was 1965.
Oh no, sorry, I was saying a couple people speculated that it wasn't real, but it's been verified from what you understand.
I can't get with people who just can't ever accept. I mean, you got to accept something, regardless of the degree of reality of it or not. You got to accept something. We're here. So in 1965, the report came out and said at that point in time, because remember the report was done prior to 1965. It was released, I think, in 65. So it was a snapshot of the black family structure in the preceding years up to that. And at that point, our out of birth rate was 30%.
Yeah,
we were still 70% clip, married, intact families and stuff like that. That 30% was sounding the alarm about what was about to happen to us. That's what that report was doing. It was like, hey, we got to do something about this. This is crazy. You know what I mean? That 30% of this population that they don't have a full intact family in the house, and the woman is leading and raising all of these children. That was an alarm bell in for that report that we were at 30%. Fast forward to today, the white population out of wedlock birth rate is 30%. They're at 30% now. These white boys, because they make these laws for this country, and they sign off, and they're not going to sit there and allow what happened to us happen to them. That's why you see the rollback of affirmative action, the killing of the DI programs, them reversing Roe versus Wade, because they're trying to stem the tide of what's happening with them, so they don't turn into us.
I see. So it doesn't exonerate them from being the biggest simps, is that they saw the error of their ways. I just don't want to credit them for fixing something they broke. You know what I mean?
No. They definitely broke this. Yeah. They definitely broke this, and they're trying to fix it because they actually have the institutional power to actually do it. So while we're out here screaming and hollering about what Trump and the Republicans are doing from a political standpoint, they're trying to save their own kind. They ain't worried about us. They ain't thinking about us. We're cooked. They know we're cooked.
Yeah. Okay.
Most of us don't know we're cooked, but we're cooked.
So TJ, let me ask you. Okay, I understand. Now, I was mostly talking about just checking the bad behavior as opposed to placating to it. You know. Now let me ask you. Let me ask you the trigger question. Do black women have anything to submit to?
Ooh.
I was looking at a couple things. Miss Fantastic and I were actually talking about it as well. He's like, yo, we definitely need to talk about this. I said, yo, we don't have the most trades, like just our trade certifications as black men. He was like, damn, we don't have no, like, the search percentage wise, very low for us. Obviously, doctors, pretty, very low, really. Lawyer, like less than 4 or 5% of these things. But the trades also, degrees also. Most homeless, talking about black men specifically, Yeah. Even when we talk about the nominal jail population of 1.5 million people, 31% of those people are black, 32% are white. So yeah, white people are more, but the percentage of them, right? You just have the overrepresentation and things like that. So I was asking Mr. Fantastic, like, yo, do we really need to scrutinize this about us?
Well,
the women, and so just to bring it full circle, so I know you understand, but just in case anybody else doesn't. So when they say who we got to submit to, who are the leaders? Is there any merit to that, or are they just being unruly?
They're just being unruly.
Damn.
Now you got you hit on something about the decline in tradesmen for black men. The reason why you have a decline of tradesmen for black men is because our women, my generation, I'm at the end of Gen X, right at the beginning of millennium. I'm the transitional generation. You know what I mean? Okay. So my generation of women have poo-pooed the tradesmen. So like our daughters now are in their 20s. They're not going for the tradesmen because they think the tradesmen are basically bums, and they're not. My father is a tradesman. He's a machinist. I just submitted his retirement paperwork yesterday. 49 and a half years on the job as a machinist. And he also is a licensed HVAC person. My dad is a millionaire. He's a multi-millionaire. He don't live like one because he live in the hood. He live in the same house that he bought back in 1986. You understand what I'm saying? He drives a 2014 Silverado with 210,000 miles on it. This weekend, he's going to put a new transmission in it, even though he can go buy a new truck. You understand what I'm saying? And my dad's been married to his wife for 35 years. So try to take him and marry him with the woman of my generation or the one before and see if they would accept him. And this man raised 9 kids and put 5 kids through college as a tradesman.
So are you saying that because the women said they don't desire a man in trades, that men stop obtaining trade certifications?
How much, Camp? Let's be real about it. Black men, we move the way our women say we should move because we are governed and led. We view authority as female, Camp, and you know that. We view authority in what black men comes from it's a female authority. If you were born in the late 70s, I would say like 77 through today.
Mm-hmm.
You were raised in a house with a woman. Everything about your identity, your programming, if no one stepped in there, you are walking around, even the best of you are walking around with your foundational programming.
Your mic, TJ.
Which, if you are walking around with the foundational programming of your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Even the best of us.
Oh my God. Well, TJ, so Is this clip actually about us?
Man, you smell something? Definitely smell something in my hair. I smell pussy. Yo, he's a pussy.
Here's the thing. How you call the men the pussy when they don't know no better?
I guess because ignorance is no excuse.
Yeah, I guess so. But here's the thing. How do you know what you don't know? Is that ignorance?
Yeah, ignorance is not to know. So
okay.
Yeah. I guess I just
understand something. This whole conversation around our role, true masculinity, how we comport ourselves as men, you have to understand this is very new for us. A lot of us have not had to think about it, thought that what we were doing was wrong. Listen, a lot of us are trying to correct this stuff after the cake has been baked because we have realization. I didn't realize that I had very problematic behaviors until I met my grandfather. I didn't meet my dad and my grandfather until I was 30. So we're talking 15 years ago. When I met my grandfather, and the first time me and him had some conflict, and we were kind of going back and forth, he walked away from me. But before he walked away from me, he said, this is what he said to me. He goes, I can't talk to you. You talk like a woman. Hamp, I had never heard no shit like that before in my life. I didn't know what to do with that. You understand what I'm saying? Because I was raised, but I didn't know. So I was interacting with him the way had always interacted, the way I thought. But luckily I was open to learning some stuff. I didn't just shut down all the way, and I started exploring what the hell. Why would my grandfather say I'm acting like a woman? I'm a full grown man. I'm on my own. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. But he was looking at a behavior set, a development set, psychological programming. That's what he was looking at. And it's taken years of work. I tell people all the time, Hamp, if I get into conflict with you or anybody else, my first initial response is that of how a female will respond. How I actually respond is the work that I've done. So me responding appropriately isn't my first language.
Okay.
If I get into conflict with Hamp, my first initial reaction is to burn the shit to the ground. Now that's not how I'm gonna interact with you, because I've understood where that came from, and I gotta take a beat before I engage with the conflict to make sure that I'm interacting with you appropriately, even if the conflict escalates, but I'm still operating the way I'm supposed to with a man versus operating like a woman, which is my programming. And a lot of guys up here won't come up here and be honest about that. We have this we have these dual things in us that we're fighting.
Okay. I understand it. Now, here's the thing, right? Because when we say, and I'm going to get rocking, OG Black America was popping. So here's the thing, right? I wonder now, how consistent are we with the level of how you communicate it in terms of the level of grace? Like, those men are operating ignorance, but how can you blame them, you know? But when we're looking at most of our origins, our fathers weren't present for, I think, most of us, from what I gather.
Yeah.
And so if the women incorrectly emote, and the men as well, by proxy of not having a father and being raised by women, what if both sides showed each other more grace for that fact being most common? Because we usually don't give the women that level of rope. Like, oh, I see why you acting like that, because your daddy didn't show you what leadership was. But now these men don't know what leadership is or was, and don't know how to show it. And now we like, well, they don't know, so we gotta, you know what I mean, be nice to them.
I think it's the opposite, Hamp. I think the guys are actually give more latitude, but our women, Hamp, these are our sisters, cousins. They were there with us watching this shit happen. Okay. They should have more understanding, because they saw what their mama did to their brother. They saw how their mother raised and taught their brother versus them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these women got the strong, independent, I don't need no man mindset because because their mothers were training them how to survive in this world without a man, which is crazy because the mere fact that you can do that is because men came with agreement that said you can do this. So that even that mindset is kind of messed up. But we saw our sisters. Our sisters saw how we were treated, how we were raised, what we were allowed to get away with, how we were developed. The fact that mom wouldn't let not only just any man but the father around. And I hate this term. I hate the term father figure, as if the father is replaceable.
Okay, let me. Okay, I understand your response. Let me read these real quick. I want to get the two other brothers in, then we'll circle back. This naked was popping with a $10 says the average YouTube man, the average white man is more like a goofy sitcom dad than a ruler of a household. Stop gassing them up. Zagu with the $5 says these regular women can be led by regular 9-to-5 men, but that's not enough ambition. They say it on Ladies First over and over. Great build though. Rock, what's popping?
What's down? How you doing, man?
Good, brother. Good to see you. What's going on?
Good to see you as well. Nah, I wanted to I don't really have any pushback for the foundation of your premise, but I wanted to offer a question as far as the when we say the phrase get your money up, and like because from my purview that endeavor in and of itself is a loaded endeavor that comes with even before. So like when you set out to get your money up, before you even get the money, and as you get the money, what you garner, what you bring in outside of the money with that endeavor is it goes along with good versus poor behavior, right? So like when we think about what it takes to get your money up, that will be loaded in a certain work ethic, or a certain change in your work ethic, a certain change in your discipline, certain change in your intelligence, or how you're applying that intelligence. All of that makes you a better man or a better person for whoever getting their money up, right? So I just wanted to put that forth as far as when we looking at the poor behavior, because I don't disagree with, okay, check poor behavior when it's coming from a woman, as far as her being lippy, debating everything that you got to say, so on and so forth. But I think again, the relationships they run in loops. So it's like, how do we get to where her behavior is objectively poor, whereas your money, and I'm saying money being loaded, is not poor in your behavior as a man?
So you're saying that, do you think that there is a strict correlation between no money and poor behavior?
With men, I mean, strict is, I'll go ahead and say strict, yeah,
because it's still a correlation. I'm not even saying causation, but I'm saying correlation.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I would say it's a very fine, very strict correlation.
Okay. I catch your drift. So if he doesn't have money, what would you say the likelihood is that he also did that to himself, based on how he shows up in the earth?
In the high 90%.
Now,
especially wherever we gauge in his age, right?
Yes, his age matters. Yes,
absolutely. So what I would say, I mean, I'm 31.
Okay.
Shit, like, I ain't trying to leave myself out of it, but like, I would say 35 and up is 90%. You get a little leeway as you go through your growing years. Okay.
So here's one thing that I'm thinking about, right? I was on a panel and the lady was saying he's not qualified to ask me what I bring to the table because he is not on my level. She's like, I'm not trying to be rude, but he said he's a school teacher.
What was her level?
She said school teachers don't make enough money. essentially. So I think the average school teacher makes what, 50 grand now, 50 or 60 grand now, if you include the cities, and then you know what I mean. Like I think the average is like 50, 60. So what they did was cast aside 50,000 and say that's not enough money. But I guess my question is, social workers, teachers, probation officers, a lot of them don't make money hand over fist.
Firefighter, police officers.
Firefighter, police officers, 50, 60 grand. And a lot of that's being poo-pooed upon, So that's what I'm asking, Rock. And I'm pushing because I want to mine your thought process out. It's interesting. But I'm pushing because there's a lot of just regular old trade jobs, right, that are invaluable to society, that people aren't getting overwhelmingly compensated for. Like even like nurses, they get paid a lot. I'm not edifying enough. But are nurses salary?
No. Well, management level nurses are like the like department heads and stuff like that. But the vast majority, I would say 80% of nurses, they're hourly, and they're hourly. And nurses get money. Explain this. They get money because they work 60 hours a week. That's why the check is so big.
That was my point, right? TJ, that's what I was saying. Like when we start talking about how much nurses make, look at the time they put in, and then it'll make a lot more sense too. So I'm just looking at it like, damn, does it really show up in his behavior, or does it depend on like the jobs and what we value?
It may more so depend on the job, because I can't take away from those invaluable jobs. Like a teacher is, despite what he's making, is I would say invaluable, especially a good teacher. So I don't. I might have to eat my words on that one.
I mean, I can see what you're saying, but I just really want us to understand it, right? Because
And here's the other thing, Hamp, real quick, because I was married to a teacher, so they also have the most debt because every time a teacher wants to elevate in their field, they actually have to go back and get another degree for it. So each thing that they teach, including a college prep course, so if they want to be a college prep, like AP Science, AP Chem, AP English, they actually have to go back and get a specialization degree. So you got these people who are public educators who are truly the most educated, but their compensation is $55,000 a year, but they're walking around with $75,000, $90,000 student loan debt just to educate your bum ass defective children.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, my wife has a doctorate in education.
Oh, so she'll tell you.
Yeah, no, 100%. Okay. No, because I definitely feel what Rock is saying. It just, I'm not trying to pigeonhole him because I tend to agree. I've seen a lot of lazy people be broke. The guys that I gotta fire aren't willing to work the long days. The guys that I have to fire suck their teeth when I say, once we unload the truck and clean up the warehouse, we had a long, We'll see you never. I'll fire him quick. I just go do the job myself. It don't bother me at all.
For the men, and we can stay in that teacher example, right? A very invaluable job.
Yes.
That's important to society, that doesn't get compensated at the level of its importance. Those are imbalanced.
Yes.
For men doing that, because we know that there are different ways, multiple ways to bring in income. Do we, at what point, or is there a point where we ask those male teachers to not necessarily find a second job, but something in addition to that teacher income, whether it be tutoring,
supplement.
Yeah. You're not just stuck at that 55.
Like I don't want to push too hard back on Rock on that, but they don't understand about lesson prep, grading, and how that's a second job. Me being with a teacher, being married to a teacher, watching her come home with 3-4 classrooms worth of stuff, and then me not getting no attention until 10 or 11 o'clock at night. That's another job that they're not getting paid for. So I'm not saying that the man can't find a way to figure it out, but why do we need him to go out of his way to make more money just because our women are unsatisfied with it? Is it that male teacher's fault, or do we have an unsatisfied woman problem or unrealistic expectation problem? And then what's going on with her money? What's going on with her money? And then why do we always, even sometimes in a marriage, we move as individuals and not a collective like we're supposed to?
So I want to, I'm gonna bring it back a little bit, but I want to get Black America in first. Black America was shaking.
Good morning. Good morning, Hamp.
Morning.
Mr. TJ and Rob. So I guess I came in a little late, brother, but I'm gonna go back. The blue collar jobs, like TJ was saying, which the women deem not valuable or not enough. Let's go with firefighter. My little brother's a firefighter. This is his 8th year as a firefighter. Anybody want to guess about how much he made with this being his 8th year as a firefighter?
About 70.
Yeah. Less than that.
He made 204 this year. Well, that last year. He made 204 this last year.
Well, somebody going to jail in that fire department for sure.
No, bro, it's a fireman. They work
California?
overtime. No, it's Vegas. He live here in Vegas.
No. Somebody ass is grass. Tell him get out of there.
But it's all. This is what I want you guys to do. I want you to go to the fire department, your local fire departments.
Mm-hmm.
You got a truck. All of these dudes are driving brand new trucks. They're driving sports cars. Go to the garbage company. If you ride behind a Walmart truck, that big Walmart truck drivers start out at $72,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, and like TJ was saying, people are discounting what these blue collar jobs are making, and it's just that they don't know. So you have to look at the medium income, right, for black men, and then you have to look at what the black men in a certain age range are making and another certain age range. So once you get over 40, right around 40, and you're in your line of work or field, your money shoots up, just like TJ. TJ 44, 45 right now. And it's a little bit different for me because I'm older, right? I'm in my 50s. But when TJ gets where I'm at, TJ probably gonna be retired because of the amount of money that he makes and because of the track that he's on. So, or he's gonna calm down on how much he is working and is making. So it's not gonna seem like he's making a lot. And it's a lot of younger. The percentage of young black men is much more than the percentage of older black men. Like TJ's a Gen X like me, but he's on the low end of Gen X. We've been losing friends for the last 25 years. So it's not a lot of us up here anymore. But Hamp, you probably haven't been to 3 or 4 funerals this year. That's something that would be common in me and TJ's age range.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So it's a lot more younger black men. So they are going to drag that medium income. They're going to drag it down. But it doesn't mean that once you get past a certain age that you're not making the bread.
Yeah, I actually saw for that one time I was doing a stream. It was the men around 55 were making about 55,000 also.
Right, because you don't need to make it anymore.
Yeah, well, just in kind of a retort to your last point, where the young guys may drag it down, but I was looking at the average income for 55-year-olds. It was about 55,000 as well. I think I see that there's a fire department in my neighborhood in DC where they always had nice cars over there. So I did kind of see that. I think the overtime thing definitely kind of helps.
My brother makes like $1,200 a day in overtime.
Yeah. How many
That's
fires
what
he put out a day?
Black America.
Say
That's
that
about
again.
How many fires he put out a day?
none.
You don't, man. Right now, I'm to be honest with you. Right now, he's studying for the captain's test. Dude, maybe one or two fires.
Put out more
It,
fires.
it's not. He might put a fire out every 2 months, maybe.
That shit
And
is
just like
crazy.
and just like TJ said, you guys are starting. You're talking about a base pay. His base pay from where he started to his base pay now. His base pay now at 8 years is 101. We were just talking about this yesterday. His
put out
base
more
pay
fires.
right now, huh?
You got to put out more fires for 200,000. No, god damn.
No, all you gotta do is go to work. Just like TJ said, his overtime is at 1,200 a day.
I'm gonna call in
all of these.
I'm gonna call in a bomb threat or something. He need to at least drive the truck.
Okay. We're not. That's just the overtime is separate. Then I still got the incentive pay for coming in and my base that day. I can on Wednesday. That was a $2,000 night.
Where they at, man? I'm gonna protest. Fuck it. 200,000. He put out four fires in a year.
In a year,
he may have put out 4 fires in a year.
Hey.
He may have put, but he's a paramedic also, so he saves lives too. You know what I mean, TJ? You work at the hospital. You see the firemen bring them people in and out of there all day.
Yeah.
So he's a fire.
People don't understand that on when there's a 911 call for service, even for EMS, firefighters show up. They're usually the first ones there, and they're usually the first ones to render aid, even before EMS arrives. People don't know that either. That they're trained in life-saving, support, medical intervention. But we've poo-poo. Like my dad's base salary this year, because I just put in his retirement paperwork yesterday. My dad's base salary is $60,000, and he's a multimillionaire from working. Because he's 66. He doesn't have to work as much anymore.
And that's all I'm saying. Once you get over a certain age, like I don't know if you bought your house, but I haven't paid a house note or a mortgage bill since like the 1990s, right? So. And I've still been working. I'm in my 50s, so I have to work. But you can slow down your working and the things you're doing once you get over.
Let me get y'all back to my original premise. So we kind of built on that.
Yeah.
I'm simply saying this, right? The fact that the money you make is tied to how well you're treated is an issue outside of the person that's making the money. That is the work. That's a terrible disposition.
Is it really now?
Yes.
Do we treat unattractive women the same way we treat pretty women?
I'm saying that you don't have to go out your way to be unkind to them.
I didn't say unkind, sir.
Well, but that's what
I'm saying. You said treatment. You said treatment.
Yeah. So what it is we are assessing, right, the treatment, right? So the men are saying that they get treated worse by the woman that they're tied to, depending on how much money they're making. I'm saying you address the person that has the audacity to act a certain way based on how much money a person that they agreed to be with is making. That shit corny to me.
And why are you standing with somebody who's treating you only kindly because you got money? That's your money, it ain't theirs. And usually a lot of these ladies, like I said when I came up here, like a housekeeper was like telling me that I wasn't motivated enough or whatever. That's crazy work. I don't talk to that person. Why would I don't even give that person know anything. And a lot of times these same people or these same ladies, they don't have what you have, but nor do we have the requirement for them to have what we have. And that's the other side of the coin. And if there's a woman that is going to treat you one kind of way because of your income, then that says more about her than it does about you. And if you want to spend your time trying to chase that, then that's a you problem. What's a you problem?
Well, we have gave them the rights to that because you know everybody's told them they're beautiful and everybody told them that they're wanted and they're needed and things of that nature. And when it's just like that video that he played with that woman talking about she make more than her guy and he pay all the bills. It comes down to entitlement and selfish. Yeah, he's going to keep on paying the bills. I make more than him. I don't need him, but he's going to keep doing this because I'm the shit.
Well,
Somebody
and he's reinforcing that by paying for her and presumably somebody else's kids. Take a look at her kid's father, the guy that she decided to have kids with. I guarantee you that he ain't what that the guy that's actually in there doing the job is. So I don't really.
But she don't appreciate him, though. And that's what Help is saying. I think that's what Help is saying. Is that what you're saying, Help? He's not being appreciated for the things that he does bring.
So there's a premise that we conversing about on the stream on Wednesday, just about so the turn on the AC now. Arnold was saying, listen, you make more money, right? You're gonna get better treatment, more compliance from the woman, essentially, right?
Yeah, agree.
And I'm saying, if a person is willing to treat you poorly, address the person who's willing to do that, and they justifying it by saying you don't make enough money, right? That's what I'm talking about. And I don't know, you know what's interesting? Sherelle said this, which was always stuck with me. He said, be kind when you can. And I'm just trying to figure out why people are justifying someone being unkind, being unruly, have unbecoming behavior because of a dollar amount.
It's the who gonna check you thing. It's nobody. Once again, I know people don't like it, and even 2K been saying it lately. There's no way that you can correct the behavior of our women. Every man wants a woman. Every man wants a woman. Will that woman accept that man? That's all it comes down to. TJ is absolutely right. We're cooked because these women think that men should be something that they're not and never gonna be until they reach that age. Young Rock here. Young Rock is 31. If he's in his career, he's not going to be in his career good for another 10 years. So he's not going to be there until 41, 42. He's not. So, but yes, do not treat the man like crap until he gets there. Make that man his sandwich, but they don't understand that part.
Well, the truth is, right, our people really don't like. I'm trying to tell you, Sean, this nigga got killed in the Bronx over cold fries. You heard? I definitely been in enough scuffles because a nigga accidentally stepped on my Timbs. Real shit. But yo, when you get knocked, right? When you get locked up, nigga, you get up from that table. You better knock first. Don't just jump up from the table. You can't. None of your shit can be dirty, especially if you in one of the dorm settings. Right? Yeah. Whoever was just making fried rice in the microwave, you better clean that shit up. You better say excuse me. If you want to get your clothes clean, you better put a soup in there for the nigga who actually got to clean the clothes. You take care of the kitchen, niggas. Niggas don't leave a mess, right? In a place where it make you an animal, people got better decorum.
Yes, but the Wild West was polite.
It's crazy. Like,
yeah, but the Wild West was also polite because everybody had a pistol on their head.
No,
because it was rules. It's no rules now.
Consequences. Everybody had real consequences. There's decorum in the jail because there are real consequences for lack of decorum in that setting.
What are they?
You been locked up before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, you break decorum there, and let me tell you something. They don't give a damn if that's your first time in there. Because you're gonna learn the first time. You better hope there's somebody in there that you know if it's your first time, so they can give you what the rules are for your little stint that you're gonna be there, whether it's gonna be 3 days or 3 years. There are real consequences. The thing out here in this world, why so many people can act outside of decorum, there are no real world consequences for it.
No consequences. It's nothing that you can do. It was a little boy a couple of months ago. He got knocked, he for a murder. And so his mom asked me, "Hey, is it anything that you can talk to?" Because they putting the beats on him while he's in county because he told on the people that he was with. And I told her, I was like, "Hey, that's part of what happens." And I can't reach out to anybody because that's something that he got himself into. That's part of his consequences. And as much as and he's a jutant hell. I feel so bad. I cry for him every night. He's 15.
Yeah,
He's 15. And they give me. So it's nothing that you can do. It's part of what it is when it comes to that. But when it comes to being out here on the streets and these people walking around doing whatever they want to do, they can do that. Can't nobody tell them nothing.
No, I understand it, man. It's just like it's interesting. They calling people weak and all. It's just like weak people calling people weak just scuffs my Timbs.
Oh, what was it? The Weakers?
It don't make no sense to me. Like it just people be weak themselves, Because how do we identify who's strong?
Quote unquote.
Right?
And what is
how do you identify it? Right? So physical prowess, that can't be it. Right? Because
they set their own benchmark.
Physically weak people are calling people weak, right? So physical prowess can't be it. Right? Emotionally unstable people, right? Because when they emote, they go off the rails. So it can't be emotionally weak. Right? And none of us got no money. So it can't be monetarily weak. So how are we discerning who's weak and who ain't?
They set their own benchmark. If you don't, it's like the beards. All the brothers with the beards.
You're kind of answering so fast. Listen to what I'm saying. Like where do we get off calling people anything? Like let me ask you, were you a bully? Were any of you guys bullies?
No.
I like to fight bullies.
Were you a punching downer?
No.
That shit corny to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't see the value in it. We was having a conversation, right, in my Discord, right? And one of the brothers always talking about money, right? He always saying, y'all need to talk about something different. Y'all always talking about bullshit. Let's talk about getting money. Right? Always doing that, right? So I had to say, how are you the person to talk about money? So let's compare. Let's me and you talk about money for real. And then let's see who they should be talking to about money when it's all said and done. What have you developed? What kind of assets do you have? What business have you started? What's your revenue? Stop talking to me about some bullshit portfolio that you can't take no money from. Let's really start talking about money. You see? And I had to do that because nigga always acting like he got all this money, know everything about money. But that shit be corny. But we so used to being rude to each other and being shitty towards each other that, okay, I identify this person as lesser than, now I could beat his ass with it.
Hey, Hamp, I gotta go. I'm gonna talk to y'all in a minute, bro.
Okay. But that brings it back to him, to that lady in that video. She identified the dude that was taking care of her as less than.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at. I'm kind of like zoomed out a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at we justify poor behavior by how we rank somebody subjectively.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah.
And I just, Rock. I'm trying to tell you, Rock. This shit don't make no sense.
You know why it's a little bit befuddling, Hamp? Because we're used to solving a problem. This is a problem that might not have a solution to it because there's so many moving parts.
Be kind when you can, right?
Yeah.
We can't do it, T.
No.
Like, think about think just the lady in the video, right? That man doing all that, and you willing to embarrass him in front of America.
Yep.
You know his friends see that. Yo, TJ.
And let me tell you why she did it.
TJ.
Yeah.
If my daughters was out here purporting themselves in a way that's unbecoming, disrespectful to people, men included, that's embarrassing to me.
Because you produced that. Well, that's the perception that you produced it.
I don't know, man. You were about to say something, my bad. I think.
Yeah, I lost it, but I was just, and I'm using the word feel on purpose. I feel your sentiment. This is why I come to the conclusion that we're cooked, because it's not like when I say we, I'm just talking about generally. It's not like we don't know what we need to do. But we have every excuse in the book not to do it. Oh, I was going to say that woman went out there and did that on that platform because she doesn't believe that there's going to be any consequences. And if there are any consequences, so what? Because she really want to leave them anyway. It don't matter to her. That's why she did it. If he feels some type of way about it and he dumps her, in her mind, she won. Now she can go get the dude that she deserves in her mind.
Okay.
And if he don't leave, cool, she still got somebody paying all her bills while she get to do whatever she want to do with her money. Well, she gonna leave him anyway. Because you see how badly, how much aggression she showed when she said, but I make more money than him. Like she was playing spades and she had the big joker.
Yeah. I understand.
What comes with that? What comes with that? And I already asked this, but what comes with that dollar amount both ways, right? So I was talking about earlier what the man gets in increasing that dollar amount and what it takes to increase that dollar amount. But
you get nothing. Money is a tool. It doesn't give you anything. It's a tool to open up doors and provide.
Yeah. He's saying
right, but they don't just get that tool out.
Yeah, the work.
Right. It's a whole amalgamation of things in order to get that tool, especially, a high ranking tool, if you will. What you do with it afterwards is another thing. But in order to get it, that's what I'm getting at with the men. But when we talk about because I'm not trying to justify the bad behavior, even though that I might be leaning that way. It seems with my argument, but you pay for rich things anyway, right? And my business is quality, speed, turnaround time. You pay for 2 out of the 3, and the more you pay, the better quality you get. And I think that goes with anything. So what I'm saying is, with the dollar amount that's tied to the woman's behavior, what all encompasses that on her end, right? So like, she has the dollar amount, so she's acting a certain way because she doesn't have to do certain things that the woman without the dollar amount, as far as her man goes, has to do.
Hey, Rock, let me ask you a question. So I've been off work. I went back to work this week, but I've been off work for 2 months because of an injury. My money failed, because I wasn't working. You know what I mean?
I'm down for the rest of the year. Go ahead.
My money failed. So that means my woman or my wife should be able to dog walk me, because for 2 months I was laid up. Is that what we're saying? So if that's the case, then why do we put so much value on the money? Is just a tool. I understand that we got to, do some work to get it, but whatever. But how does that play? How does that play in my treatment? If I'm able to do it, it's not like the lady in the clip. It's not like this man isn't providing a roof, providing food, providing, the foundational pieces of life. That's not good enough.
No.
Yeah,
Go ahead. No, yeah, like I'm not. Absolutely, that's good enough. And I don't want to. Are we talking about these women are dog walking their men? Is that what it is? Or are they? Is there even a? Is it just tit for tat with not? I don't want to say little things, but to me, dog walking. Nobody. I'm never gonna justify dog walking your man for anything, right? But if her disposition is uneased because she has to do things that are, I would almost argue, out of her order.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, Rock, I think it could be a lot of microaggressive tactic too. Like I don't think bitch ass nigga is coming out her mouth, right?
Right. Okay. So
But
okay.
You can, you tell where somebody has this air towards you, So I just I can understand how it can manifest in a way that's more subtle, but there's a death by 1,000 cuts too, So I know that's definitely a thing. There's another thing that they were saying. I think Saw said it in that live stream, and I think I've heard this most often, or not most often, but a lot, often enough to acknowledge it. Is that you're like, well, she just don't like you, right? Think about that shit for a second. So you dealing with a man that you just don't like, but that's a response to justifying treating him poorly. You see? The reason why she's treating you like X is because she don't like you. We keep on saying shit that we like, oh, that's not fucking cool. Right? Let's get to that though. Right? But it's like we'd be like, well, here's the reason why we keep on treating each other bad as fuck.
Didn't I say it's because we don't like each other?
Yeah, no, I heard that. I'm just saying, I want us to hear ourselves when we talking. You know what I mean? So before a person says that and we agree, somebody, right, maybe of the same gender, should be like, that shit's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just interesting. Mr. Fantastic, what up?
Yo, what up?
It's goody.
Shit.
Yeah, you got me and TJ been up here for an hour. Rock, we kind of just talking through it, and Rock got a premise that he kind of put that I'm seeing it. He's like, listen, he didn't say this, but I'm kind of. At what point do you deserve to get treated like that? He ain't saying that, but I'm kind of adding it. I'm putting sauce on it, and so there's a lot of mantra like, at what point do you get disrespected? Or do you not deserve respect as a man if you don't have any achievements? Because even niggas would be like, yo, like I got one of my, somebody close to me, I'm like, yo, my nigga, you got to do more, son. Now, you're going to be 40 in 4 years. Like, this shit corny now. Does that point come? And women acknowledge that same point.
Yeah, the problem is, though, they're selective with it. It's not standard or the same across the board. So if they had the standard across the board as to where all the men were required to have a barrier to entry, yeah, you'd be fair. But when they do it only for the niggas they don't like, that's what makes it problematic. And that's the biggest thing. So if she think the nigga handsome and, or whatever, so on and so forth, he got potential, she can wait, But if he's not, that nigga's got to have everything. And the conversation y'all was having was not last night, but Wednesday night, right? Yeah, I mean, that's the men have no control over what the women deem desirable. I think that's the biggest thing that everybody's missing. You can, like, niggas can put on suits and shit. Everybody can wear a suit tomorrow, but how long niggas gonna put on suits if they ain't getting no pussy? Him?
Say that last part again.
Niggas can put on suits every day, Okay, but how long is it gonna be before niggas stop wearing them suits if it's not getting them no pussy?
I would assume rather expeditiously.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. So we're putting the onus on the men to try and dominate the women into changing what they find desirable, and this is why we're going to be in this forever conundrum when you blame the men. Now, I'm not saying of course men should have standards, men should be successful, men should do all these things just off the strength. But if and when we have these conversations, be they sort of kind of hyperbolic, to where women are comparing doctors to drug dealers and saying a drug dealer is the better option because his money is faster, right? And this is getting put out in the earth. How poisoning is that to the naive young lady hearing this from grown ass women? When you got everybody's talking about, oh, you're too immature. Why would you want a girl that's 10 years your junior, or she's 25 and under? You're a creep. You're this. Who talking about YNs the most, Hamp?
The YNs?
No. Who talking about YNs the most?
You?
No, these old hoes. These old hoes talking about YNs. These old hoes talking about how they love the YNs.
Really?
The old hoes. Yes. I don't just say shit to say it.
They like the
got plenty of
YNs?
evidence to support it.
You saying they like the YNs or something?
They love the YNs. They say that box open up, fold up, turn up, everything for the YNs, Hamp. That box do shit they ain't never thought they could do no more.
And these are respectable women saying this?
Listen, man, it ain't about you. Listen, bro, none of them are respectable. Y'all gotta stop this.
Well, you need to be stopped too. You know that, right?
What are you talking about, man? Listen, bro. I said
I've never had the body count conversation because it's a pointless conversation because you'll never know the truth. You never know.
You don't like them.
Huh? Well, no, it's not about me liking them. It's about me understanding the same. Come to the same realization that Sherelle has come. What's the point? What's the point in me?
I gotta get him again.
What's the point in?
You ever get married? Oh, Miss Fantastic, stop the diatribe, please. You ever get married again?
What?
Possibly.
Hey, boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Oh, get the fuck!
He be switching shit, bro.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Put him in the fucking bedroom. Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him. Put him in the fucking bedroom. Put him in the fucking bedroom. Come on.
I didn't switch anything.
Boom, 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 boom. Now tell me what you gonna do, but it ain't nowhere to run. When judgment comes for you, when judgment comes for you.
How y'all even get Uncle Charles in this? Uncle Charles, I'm still here. Ain't nothing changed.
The bottom say he ain't dead. He just lying like a motherfucker. Oh my god!
Hold on. I gotta bring up my proof for motherfuckers talking shit.
Yeah, when y'all be on the internet talking about the YNs, bitch, I be quiet. Bitch, Auntie, let me tell y'all something. Auntie love a good YN now. Baby don't YN, baby. They don't try to eat you down for a Chick-fil-A meal. Ah! Ain't it, Daddy? I love it.
That's one.
Nasty ass.
Yo.
That's one.
Wow. She said for Chick-fil-A.
What a little lady with the what y'all call it? They call it I think like a 27 piece or some shit. I don't even know what the hell these hairdos be called and be named and shit. But hold on a minute.
Damn.
I don't know. Listen, man. I told y'all, man. Here we go. Hold on. Here's another one. She older than both of us put together.
Damn, she old.
Let's see. This ain't no young woman right here. This ain't no spring chicken.
Who y'all think paying for BBLs and get the bitch body done? The motherfucking YNs. Who giving up the racks out here? The motherfucking YNs. When them YNs finish with us, bitch, we don't need nobody else. They beating backs in. They making us walk again. They making us see again. They making us feel again. They making our confidence come back. Hello.
They said I was lying.
Oh man,
That's crazy.
come on.
They said I'm lying.
Good for grandma.
Man, come on, bro.
Again, man, listen, y'all keep saying this shit, man. I know y'all don't think this internet shit is real, bro, and y'all think this internet shit is just entertainment, dog. Again, there's too much stuff out here to differ, dog. I'm telling you. Just once y'all realize that, bro, your life will be a lot easier. I know some of this shit. You can't count these badass skits, bro. These horrible acting skits where people is acting like niggas done paid off $100,000 worth of fucking child support. Yeah, that's trash. That's clearly never gonna happen. But I keep trying to tell y'all, these are women that are get to say the shit. And if you don't think these old women fucking these young niggas and the young niggas telling you this, what's the name tell you this shit? What's the name? Lala. Lala said the main niggas being her DM is 25 and under. Auntie this, auntie that.
I mean, she low hanging fruit.
Low hanging fruit or not? That's I'm just talking about my side of it.
Yeah. All right, Hamp, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get to
TJ, be safe. I gotta roll in a second.
All right.
Oh, that's
fantastic.
What's up, brother? Yeah, he called himself that?
What?
King of the ugly men?
Yes.
True.
They think TD Jake's ugly?
James, what up, Bob? Can't hear you. And that's all I was saying was, man, like, yo, we try to fix things by placating to the complaint or the request, right? But it doesn't do anything, right? It'll mask it, and as soon as you lose the thing that you try to remedy it with placating, the behavior ain't gonna change. The behavior is still there and existent. And I'm saying, why don't we check bad behavior? That's it. Cut and dry. Like, you don't get to act like that for reasons that you making up. They need to be justified. And I was just saying, like, yo, the things that we try to act like we can replace, like when we say, yo, I get a maid, I get Uber Eats. Stop saying that shit, nigga. Like, that shit valuable. Fuck what y'all talk about. That shit valuable to me in my house. I know that. Uber Eats, nigga, on them fucking Indian. Well, don't get me stuff. James, what up, you hear
Hey,
me?
what's up, Shalom, brother? Yeah, I can hear you now. I don't know what happened. I heard y'all for the first little bit and then went cut out. But now, what's up? What's up, Mr. Fantastic? And I don't know the brother Rock gone.
Rock.
But
What up, Rock?
man?
Yeah, that's Rock.
Yeah, man. So, man, I kind of, I kind of agree because even when when I first got with my wife, right, it was certain things that how I was moving and stuff like, hey, don't do that. You do this, don't do that. And she was telling me, well, no man never told me to do this before. You know what I mean? I had to tell her because you never been with a man before. You know what I mean? So I think we got to do a better job at preparing women in these relationships. Like, hey, men, we operate like this. You can't just talk like this. You can't just do this. So then when they, when they get to in their early 20s, they can possibly get married or, if they do want to get married in their 30s, at least they know exactly how to operate with men. But if men have all these different standards, it's going to be confusing to them, and then now they just think they just supposed to just do whatever they want to do, and then now they're supposed to be able to get married, and then now the guy that's paying all those bills and doing what he's supposed to do as a man is nothing to him. You know what I mean? Because he makes less money.
James, it's like you was there in spirit. I was talking today to a few of the brothers, and I'm like, yo, she been getting that off her whole life before she met you.
Facts.
That behavior was cool, justified. She never had the answer for it before she met you. It's almost like when you first get with her and you think it's real, right? You gotta be rigid as fuck. And then you start to scale it back. Like once, you know what I mean? Because there was no normalcy. This is a unique thing to her.
Exactly.
And not to say she can't do it, she never had to.
Yeah. Exactly, and that's what I did, man. Because you know, what I mean, you got to kind of start off harder because then now, once things start going good, she started changing and things like that, right? Now you can kind of scale back because she's showing you like, hey, I really want to be in this relationship. And for the people that's not going to scale back, they really don't want you like that. And then now you can say, all right, go and get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? You can move on. And I think a lot of people gonna, you know, I'm gonna say, well, that's not feasible because most guys are not getting girls and stuff like that. But you know what I mean? It's like we basically selling our soul. That's what it sounds like to me. Like you selling your soul just to get what you want, just to get the box, and then the box, you only feel the last 10 seconds of that shit for the most part anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you doing all this shit for a high. And then now, you know what I mean, you're gonna hurry up and try to get it again. You scratching for the cat again, you know, for the next day.
Nah, real shit. You know what's ill, James, right? And people will get this because this how everything goes, right? Boot camp is harder. If you guys heard like about the pledging processes, the beginning is harder, right? That's the hardest part, right? Yeah. Training start hard as fuck. Football camp, 2-a-days, right? That as the season goes, you start to do more icing, stretching. But initially, the onset is difficult as shit because we trying to see who don't deserve to be here anyway. Yeah, that's how everything goes.
Yeah, and you know, I played the hardest sport in the world. I played basketball growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we ain't much touch the basketball. You know, that was a shot at you, Hamp. But we ain't much touch the basketball.
Sure.
we ain't much touch the basketball for the before, you know what I mean, before season start. We was just doing the conditioning. You know what I mean? Running up and stuff like, man, and then eventually you used to touch the basketball like a month or two later. You know what I'm saying?
That's the same thing with the at the boxing gym, right? Like you don't like people will come like, when do we get in the ring? You for what? You getting in the ring? Like get the ring.
Hey, you better that jump rope and them and that shadow boxing. Yeah, no, that's where you gonna be at, young fella.
Yeah, you gonna have them motherfucking He-Man calves before you get in that ring. Don't worry about that. But that's how everything starts, right? Because if you saying I'm gonna be with you and tie myself to you for the rest of my life, how else do you prepare? You can't get more. You can't get more strict at the end. Is too late. You already set too many expectations.
Yeah, and that's why I tell my brothers, I tell other people, I say you got to test them too. You got to see how they operate with money. You got to see, like, hey, if you told them no, you can't buy this, whatever, what they're gonna say. I'm not saying as soon as you get together type, but you know, this is a process of, you know what I mean, of y'all being in a relationship. How she's gonna be with money. How when y'all go shopping together, do she look at for the deals and stuff like that, right? Because you want to have kids with her, probably most likely in the future. So when y'all have, it's just y'all now, but you gotta scale up for 2 or 3 kids if y'all possibly go that route. You know what I'm saying? So if she's looking at the what's on sale, she mathing, seeing how many bags come with this one, or you know what I mean, how many bananas come. You know what I mean? It's all this type of stuff. It matters and stuff like that in the long term a relationship to see how, you know what I mean, how the money is going to be saved. Because if the money's gone, then now that's another problem that y'all gonna have to fix. But if the money's there, you know, now y'all can go try to do other things and make sure other problems don't come up. You know, so.
Yeah, real shit. That shit, yo, that's gold. Go ahead, Rock.
My bad, Rock.
You can hear me. I know my connection bad on my
No,
end.
you good. We can hear you well.
Okay. Yeah, chopping. But when you bring up like being rigid at the outset, that or even saying at you can't do it once you get into the relationship. So that goes back to my question of at what point do you set that standard, right? So if you acknowledge bad behavior coming your way, right? You establish some rigidity to, again, I guess, diminish it, right? But if you never acknowledge or if you can never perceive, or if you never check, to what you're saying, check the bad behavior, I'm just trying to figure out at what point does the bad behavior that you're receiving fall on you to not only address but also correct, if that's what y'all doing, if y'all in it for till death do us part, or trying to get there.
Yeah, you are.
That's a leader thing, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's a great question. I think that autonomy is what autonomy is, right? So we understand that people are coming up with their own ideas and things of that nature. I think that in terms of the leader, though, you're implicated in that behavior, right? Like I was saying, if my daughters come up poorly and start to be disrespectful, I'm implicated in that, you know. And the possessive pronouns exist for your wife, your husband, right? You are implicated in how that person shows up in the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I think that just is what it is, you know. We are dealing with autonomous beings, but I'm not Rock, I think we should absorb a level of that for sure. 100%. Not 100%, but
No, yeah.
yeah, like I agree with you saying. I would add that into the repertoire what James is saying. Because other men are gonna judge you, other people are gonna judge you. They see your woman out dressed scantily clad or something like that. Who the fuck? She got a ring on? How? Like what? Yeah, so I agree. Lady Di was popping. Damn, I was gonna tell y'all something else. That was right along the lines with that shit. I forgot, but not Rock. Yeah, I agree, man. It just and then even like the rigidity, right? Because this how you weed out the people who shouldn't be there. Keep your legs closed. See what nigga actually want to stay there. Like, yo, but it looks like we ain't willing to do none of this shit. What, Mr. Fantastic? What? Nah, I see you got your mouth covered, not your eyes.
No, but good luck with that. Good luck.
Oh my god, I knew it, man. Yo, I'm just saying the rigidity works both ways. You know what I'm saying? Be rigid in the things that you expect to set the expectation and the standards. You know, like they was like, hey, you mean to tell me if you went out on a date with a girl, she can't order shrimp or crab or pork? Hell no. First date. One lady was like, I will walk off. Yeah, bye. I understand. Cause this what it's gonna be for the rest of your life. Cause we old as shit. Who dating to get a girlfriend? Right? You trying to find a woman you potentially want to be with forever. We ain't 20. You know what I'm saying? This ain't high school.
And I think that's the problem too. A lot of people playing out here in this dating world. They not really showing their true intention. They just trying to get some. You know what I mean? Men and women. You know, so
you nigga playing.
And we got to kind of get out the way of the people that's actually trying to get married. You know, so if you're not trying to get married, it's a whole bunch of hoes that you can go sleep with. You know what I'm saying? They're giving it up for free. You know, just mess with them. But if you dealing with a woman that wants to be married or something like that, or you dealing with a man or woman, don't be trying to take his money. You know, so we got to do a better job at saying, hey, I'm just trying to have fun. Go do your fun. I won't support it, whatever, right? But you're gonna be doing you. So just don't bring on the good people that's trying to actually settle down and stuff. So
yeah. Well, that's still one-sided though, because the niggas like, okay, the niggas his intentions are clear, right? Again, I don't know why women are acting like they don't know what a man wants off the gate, right? But the woman will have absolutely no intentions for the dude and accept the date. What the fuck you accepting the date for? If you think the nigga is hideous, well, you free food. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like as to where I understand it, right? But the practice only works if all sides are equal or at least close. You know what I'm saying? To where you got good faith in the situation, and when you have the one dominant side that has ultimately that controls what's going to happen or not. Like Hamp said, shit. Bitch said hey man, you can't. I want to go to Juicy Crab. Juicy what? She canceling the date. She ain't even going. You know what I'm saying? So now that's a man with intentions and that has standards. How much harder is it going to be for him, right? To find that woman. Now I'm not saying it's impossible, but the problem is now your pool is shrunk by a lot. And now you got to go on, you got to try more because you do have those standards, because you do have those requirements. Now, at the end of the day, if you're successful, it's worth it, right? Because you get what you want. But that's what I'm saying. It's like the people that have the most standards and men, like you said, the men are actually intentional when they're intentional. All right, cool, fine. You lay it down, plain, pause, and, you let it be known what it is, what your expectations are, so on and so forth. A woman is fluid with where she feels like she can benefit from you, right? Again, somebody in the chat said they stopped piling niggas up. A bitch want to have like a Pokemon. She want to collect them all and then make them battle and see who comes out on top at the end. That's how a bitch look at it. A nigga just like, okay, wait, well, you know what I'm saying? If he's intentional, he don't want to date 5-6 women at a time because that's more money. And he, you know what I'm saying? And if you're intentional and you're willing to go dry dick out here, pause. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not paying for no motherfucking you know, just saying, no return.
Yeah. But I think, man, we got to start looking at ourselves as the A side, right? And then the less women you have access to is better for you, right? We seeing what all the options that giving the women did to them. Open up all the options to women is made them go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So now as us as men, we got to look at what they failed at and say, no, we got to do it this way. We got to start looking at the lesser percentage of women that's actually doing what they're supposed to do, and then they get wiped up. You know what I mean? So, and then now if we stop messing around with the hoes, whatever. Now those women are going to say, hey, I don't want to just be used as a rag. I want to actually be better. You know what I mean? And now they start changing their ways.
Yeah, it sound good, but when that nigga come around, Morris Chestnut, Chris Brown, or whatever, who she say, what's she doing? Mouth and legs. So that's the thing too, and niggas know that shit, right? If I know for sure, you know what I'm saying, that she's doing the options thing. I mean, I'm not doing 100% effort, bitch. If I'm in a competition, baby, no, no, hell no. I'm not about to be one of many, in your fucking your Rolodex of niggas, and you just like you said, now you fucking bird feeding me, you know, until so that's my thing, and that's why I think the sex thing comes up so much, because a man knows a woman wants the man she's having sex with. That's the number one thing. Every man knows it, every woman knows it. The woman that the man that woman chooses to have sex with is the winner at the end of the day.
So I guess, man, I gotta run. But this is the thing, right? It works every which way. I don't even know. Because James, it's interesting too, right? Like the man who has the experience, it seems to be more highly desired. You know, it's just difficult. But most other things work. Like when you don't make yourself a commodity, you hold your value, right? If you could find it everywhere, then it loses its value, essentially. You know, I think one thing that really hurt the mystique of superstars is social media. You know, like I cannot follow Benny the Butcher on Instagram because that nigga, how he be dressing, what he be, I'm like, yo, Benny, come on, my nigga, I can't see. It's a different nigga from the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can't even, because the mystique is gone. Like, what's the little fat stinking nigga? It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
Finesse.
That's thinking. Yo, I've watched him. I'm like, this nigga. I don't know how he a star. I don't know how he a star. When I saw Young Thug do the interview when he got finished telling everybody, I don't know how you a star. Like they just look crazy. You know what I mean? Y'all feel them? Like I'm like, yo,
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, you actually hear the nigga talk. You actually hear him say something, try to say something of substance. It's like, nigga, be quiet. Just play the music.
Yeah,
just show up and bob your head to your own tracks.
Just chill, son. Like when you talk too much, like you don't got like. Now I could be partial. But like when 50 Cent be talking, he's still the same. Like it's the same nigga that he always was. Like that's been his image. Like you know what I'm saying. So he consistent. Like I don't know how to I don't know, man. This shit haywire, man. Let me read these super chats real quick, man. And we do some final thoughts and get up out of here, man. Like name with the 2000s. Most teachers have a second job. I've seen that. Like I know a lot of them kind of do summer school. They'll do something else. Yeah, try to supplement. And with the 2000s. It's not our money or looks. They just ain't happy. Now, the G with the $5 says, cousins, teachers have to work smarter to maintain work-life balance. If you are a teacher trying to figure it out, hit me up. I can teach you how. Hit up Dr. G, man. And TAT, what's up, Nick Taylor with the $5 says, Hamp, I pay myself $1,400 a week, and I'm the lowest paid person here, and I own the joint. My money goes further because I own everything I have. Yeah, that makes a difference, man. For sure. Boogie?
Buggy reacts with the 10 ounces. Blessing DJ Hamp. Blessing Mr. Fantastic. Salute my G. Hope all is well, man. Aaron with the 2 ounces. Y'all, why ain't shooting up all the clubs? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, man. A little bit shorter stream today. I got a bunch of shit to do. But I thought it was an interesting conversation. I hope y'all understood what I was saying when I initially turned the stream on. I think that's most important. There's a whole lot of things that you can control that you choose not to because you can get away with it. And I think that is a intrinsic problem, but it's affecting the people around you, the people you dating, et cetera, right? Like Sherelle said, and this stuck with me: be kind when you can, and then ask yourself why you choosing not to. Boogie with the $5 says, men shouldn't tell women what to do. They are not kids. State your boundaries. If she breaks them, move on unless she has you trapped, aka marriage or kids. What you think, Mr. Fantastic?
As far as what? Just overall?
Yeah, final thought,
Yeah, final thoughts. Hey, yeah, man. Listen, bro. I know y'all want to put it on the men's, all right? But it's a two-sided thing, man. And again, as long as women control the thing that all men desire, is going to be a little lopsided, bro. Of course, hold your principle and have your standards and your morals and values if you're intentional or whatnot. But just understand, bro. It's getting harder out here. It's very, very few and far in between the quote unquote quality women. That's all I got.
Damn. Rock, what up?
Yeah, man. Shoot, I think if you looking for a solution to something, 9 times out of 10, the onus is not just on you, but I think your success rate of finding a solution is going benefit you more if you sort of just spearhead what you trying to get a solution to. So, and that includes the poor behavior that you receive. So,
yeah, makes sense. James, what up?
What's up? Hey, for my young people, man, young men, just because you pay all the bills, I promise you, it's not gonna make her respect you. I'm just be real. I understand they said that on the last screen and stuff like that, but it's not gonna work, right? So, in order for you to have to get the basically corporate stumbling on my words to get the cooperation that you want from that woman. Yeah, appreciate it. You know what I mean? You got to make sure you set those boundaries, and then you got to do it from the start. You can't just come in there weekly, being weak and being all soft and stuff like that, and just let people run over you, because that's not going to work for you in the long run. So go ahead and set your standards. Get some things that watch how other people are operating, watch other relationships, talk to older people. You know what I mean? See what works, and see what you can bring to that relationship, and then make sure you set those standards. So once y'all are in that relationship, you can say, hey, don't be every time something bad happens, don't go talk to your family. You know what I mean? Because now once we make up, they're gonna be mad at me still, thinking that I'm doing you dirty and stuff like that, right? So you gotta set standards like that in their relationship to help prolong it. And then now the less people are in y'all mess, the better y'all can help and fix that relationship when things do go wrong. So just because you got money is not gonna help that relationship, you know what I mean, not succeed. It ain't got nothing to do with it for the most part.
Indeed. What's up, Coach Ferg? I know you got up here a little late. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I was just listening in, man. Just wanted to chime in. Everybody dropped some nice little gems, but again, the women are going to be who they are, man. Y'all grew up with these same women. They in your families. Y'all see them outside every day. So I think for now, what I see for brothers, especially younger brothers, most people on YouTube done already had a kick down the road of life. We already got a bad experience. We can tell you 45 stories, but I think for the young man, but behind y'all are any single man that's just starting to find that path, now is y'all time. Now is y'all time, man. Y'all mad at the women y'all went to school with. Get away from those women. Go see some new women, and women, listen, the dude's gonna show up. You just gotta show up new too. If not, the men are getting it together, because the world is going to be different in about 4 or 5 years for a lot of young people. And the brothers are starting to have the conversations, and it's tough because if you ain't had a father telling you to do some hard work young and you got to get on that path, you have to do it. And right now you see the women ain't acting right. So stop wasting your money, save your little money a little bit, then take a little trip for yourself and go find a new harem of females looking for a good brother to show up, and set your boundaries from the time you sat down to eat, whether you feed her or not. Make sure she know how to cook too. Not saying she have to, but make sure you ain't buying no takeout on the holidays. But, you know, you just set your boundaries, get in shape, you know what I'm saying? Work out, pray, work hard when you go to work. Just try to get that money, man. Save your money. And look, it's going to be a whole new summer. And I think brothers, again, listen. We done cried for 2 years. We done cried about it. Now y'all got to put it to action. The brothers that put it to action, believe me, I'm 54. I retired I'm 58. I just had my birthday on Super Bowl Sunday, but I retired at 54. And everything in between outside of a woman, I had to work for myself. When it came to the women, the ones who like the light-skinned dudes with the muscles and the bald head and the hair, then they was rocking. They was good. The ones that didn't, I looked at them like a new car that I couldn't afford. I wasn't going to touch it. And, you know, I don't know, man. I got a 23-year-old son out here, man. He ain't, I'm trying to get him to, you know, he ain't crying about women. He's out here doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully he listened to the things I've told him over the lifetime. And he started driving trucks in July. He's already saved about 11 stacks already, you know, and he's working. And he tell me, he said, Pops, I get it when I want it. Okay, cool. Just don't have no babies out of wedlock. Baby out of wedlock could cost a man $50,000. But I will say this. If you want to see, go tell a woman to pay, since they bossing and they got all this money, tell them pay you to have your seed. And you just get custody and let you raise it. Because I know y'all want a son. Y'all got big nose and big lips like me. Y'all want a son or a daughter. You want one. And if you can get close to your child, man, just give that child that new energy that you discovered about yourself. You know, if not, you know, I don't know what to tell you, man, because if you got a child, now's the time. Don't worry about her. You know, catch him at the school, catch him anywhere you can, and just holler at him. Tell him the truth now. Tell him the truth about how you met the mama. Y'all was at the club in the back of the Jeep. Wasn't no relationship, and let him see you working hard. It seems easy, but if you dedicate a little time, 6 months, 8 months, within a year, man, your whole financial situation will change. For real. But, you know, I'm an old guy that's trying to still do it like y'all, man. I'm out here. I done made mistakes, but I don't blame myself for the stuff that I can change. I just change it. You know, and other people that hurt you, you ain't got to talk to them, man. Just disconnect. That's all I'm trying to say. We at the age, Hamp, I appreciate the fact that you having these grown man conversations, which a lot of men haven't gotten. But these last 5 or 10 years, and I'll say the next 5 years going forward, because I stay connected to the military and I get a lot of information, right? In 2028, when the Olympics be here to that summer, they're gonna do a hard reset when it comes to technology and AI. They're gonna drop a whole lot of more jobs, and it's gonna be the job that are producing. So if a man can get in a job where he's producing something, making something, he'll be locked in. Even the women, all these little sit at your desk. If you ain't doing it on YouTube, you ain't gonna be able to go into work too much. But yeah, man, salute to y'all, man. Just saying, brothers, y'all all right, man. Stop crying right now and just go do the work.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, man, just the summary, right? What I popped the show off with is we're talking about poor behavior and we're talking about the reasons why. And people are justifying the fact that they have unbecoming behavior, which should be an issue for them intrinsically. You understand? So if you are touted or are counted as one of the people who behave poorly, right, who is not kind, check yourself. And what justification do you give yourself that makes that okay? Especially when it comes to the people that you tethering with, because whether you like it, understand it, accept it, believe it or not, it is not good to be out here by yourself. I don't give a fuck what they telling you is not true for a man or a woman, right? I was not void of access when it comes to women, but I tell you now, the fulfillment is not the same. Good times, bad times, all that shit. The fulfillment of out here just smashing chick after chick is not the same as what it is now. I know y'all can say, Hamp, shut up, nigga. You was able to do it. Well, motherfucker, I'm just telling you the truth.
That's the truth.
So I just want us to understand, like, if you have bad behavior and people keep telling you that, and you keep justifying it with I didn't like him, he wasn't good enough, that nigga ain't had no money, check your fucking self. What do you bring to the table in terms of what do you give the world? What do you give to other people? How valuable are you? If you pass, will anybody give a fuck? If you die, who will remember you? What they remember you for? That's the question. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.